Ma'am, I'm gonna need to see some ID.
I work here. This is my home.
Right, and I need to verify that. ID, please.
I'm a city councilwoman. I was just heading to a meeting.
Huh, okay, sure. Look, I got a call about someone who doesn't belong in this building. ID. Now.
I don't have it on me right now.
Then we have
It's
a
in my
problem.
bag inside.
Mommy?
The body cam clicks on. Officer Derek Mullins walks down a hallway in City Hall. He spots a black woman in a blazer carrying a folder. She is walking toward a meeting room. "Ma'am, I'm gonna need to see some ID," he says. "I work here," she replies. "Right, and I need to verify that. ID, please." "This is my office. I was just heading to a meeting." "Okay, sure. Look, I got a call about someone who doesn't belong in this building. ID, now." "I don't have it on me right now. It's in my—" "Then we have a problem. You're not going anywhere until I figure out who you are." Officer Derek Mullins had no idea what he just walked into. In the next 14 minutes, he would lose his badge. He would lose his pension. He would face a $20 million lawsuit that would make national news. The woman he stopped was not just an employee. She was City Councilwoman Denise Carter, and she chaired the Police Oversight Committee. For 6 years, she had reviewed every complaint against officers like him. She had signed off on firing 11 cops. She knew police rules better than most officers. And his own body cam was recording every second. "Before I continue, let me ask you something. Have you ever been stopped or questioned for no good reason? Tell me about it in the comments." But Officer Mullins had no idea who he had just stopped. Her name was Denise Carter. She was 52 years old. She was an elected city councilwoman for District 7. She also chaired the Public Safety and Police Oversight Committee. Before politics, she worked as a civil rights lawyer for 12 years. She went to Howard University Law School. She spent her career fighting for people treated unfairly. In her 6 years on the committee, she reviewed over 400 complaints against police. She knew every rule. She knew every policy. She helped write the city's use of force rules. Denise Carter was born and raised in the city. Her father was a sanitation worker who faced discrimination his whole life. She became the first black woman elected in her district. People loved her. She held office hours every Saturday. Her approval rating was 78%. On this Tuesday morning, she was just walking from her office to a budget meeting. Her name was on the door behind her. She had worked in this building for 6 years. Now here is what you need to know about the officer who stopped her. Officer Derek Mullins had a file that should have raised red flags years ago. He was 34 years old. He had been a cop for 8 years. He worked downtown patrol. In those 8 years, he had 14 formal complaints filed against him. 12 of them involved black residents. Not a single one led to any punishment. Let me tell you about a few of them. In 2019, he stopped a black real estate agent. The man was showing a house to clients. Mullins claimed he matched a description. No charges were ever filed. The complaint was thrown out. In 2021, he put handcuffs on a black doctor. The man was wearing hospital scrubs. He was standing outside the medical center where he worked. Mullins said he looked suspicious. The department said sorry, but nothing happened to Mullins. In 2022, he stopped a black city employee in a parking garage. He demanded ID. That employee was the deputy director of Public Works. Internal Affairs flagged his pattern twice. His supervisors wrote that he needed more training, but no one made him do it. When anyone tried to punish him, the police union stepped in. They filed paperwork. They got him off the hook. But this time would be different. This time he picked the wrong person. Type accountability in the comments if you think officers like this should be caught sooner. It was Tuesday, March 14th. The time was 9:47 in the morning. City Hall was busy. Phones were ringing. People typed on keyboards. Staff walked between offices with coffee cups in their hands. On the 3rd floor, Councilwoman Carter stepped out of her office. Her name was right there on the door. She carried a folder. She was heading to a budget meeting down the hall. 3 staffers were in the hallway. A maintenance worker pushed a cart. 2 people waited for a meeting with the councilwoman. At 9:42 a.m., Officer Mullins walked into the building. He did not check in with security. He went straight to the third floor. His body cam was on. Someone had called 911. The caller said there was a suspicious person in City Hall. The description was simple. A black woman on the third floor, that was it. No name, no behavior, nothing specific. Mullins saw Councilwoman Carter. She was dressed professionally. She was holding papers. She was clearly heading somewhere. He walked up to her. "Ma'am, I'm gonna need to see some ID." What happened next would be seen by millions of people around the world. If stories like this matter to you, hit that subscribe button right now. Councilwoman Carter stayed calm. She pointed to her office door. Her name was right there on a sign. "I work here," she said. Mullins did not look at the sign. "I need to verify that. ID, please." "This is my office. I was heading to a meeting." Okay, sure." He did not believe her. "I got a call about someone who doesn't belong. ID, now." "I don't have it on me. It's in my office." "Then we have a problem." Carter asked, "Am I being detained?" Mullins stepped closer. "You're not free to leave until I verify who you are." "My name is Denise Carter. I'm a city councilwoman. I chair the police oversight committee." "Anyone can say that. I need ID." Carter pointed behind her. "My name is literally on that door." "Ma'am, I'm not going to tell you again." He moved closer. His hand drifted toward his belt. Carter noticed. "Are you reaching for your weapon right now?" A staffer spoke up. "Officer, that's Councilwoman Carter. She chairs Oversight." Another staffer pulled out her phone. She started recording. A woman waiting for a meeting stepped forward. "I'm here to meet with her. She's my councilwoman." Mullins pointed at them. "Everyone needs to step back. This doesn't concern you." But they did not step back. 3 phones were now recording. His body cam had been running the whole time. Every word, every movement, all of it captured. Let me know in the comments, what would you do if this happened to you? Then the door to the conference room opened. Marcus Webb stepped out. He was the chief of staff for the city council. He saw Mullins standing over Councilwoman Carter. "What's going on here?" he asked. Mullins started to explain. "I received a call about." Webb cut him off. "What's your badge number?" He pulled out his phone. He called City Hall security. Then he called the police chief's office, both at the same time. Mullins tried to defend himself. "I was just following protocol. I got a call about a suspicious person." Carter looked at him. Her voice was steady. "Officer, I review police protocols for this city. Nothing about what you've done follows protocol." She started listing his mistakes. He entered the building without talking to security. He stopped someone without a real reason. He never properly said who he was. He made the situation worse for no cause. The witnesses started talking. Marcus Webb said, "I've worked with Councilwoman Carter for 4 years. This is outrageous." Janet Morrison, the woman waiting for her meeting, said, "I watched him walk right past her nameplate. He didn't even look." David Chen, the maintenance supervisor, said, "I've seen this officer before. He stopped my coworker last month in the parking garage." The evidence was piling up. 3 cell phones recorded everything. The body cam got it all. Security cameras in the hallway caught it too. The 911 call was saved. 15 minutes later, a sergeant arrived. Her name was Patricia Okonkwo. She had been a cop for 15 years. She walked up. She saw who Mullins had stopped. Her face changed. "Do you know who this is?" she asked Mullins. He started stammering. "I was just responding to a call. I didn't know. I was doing my job." Sergeant Okonkwo shook her head. Mullins tried again. "I was just following the call." But it was too late. The cameras had captured everything. The witnesses had seen everything. His sergeant was standing right there. By now, Officer Mullins was starting to understand how badly he had messed up, but the damage was already done. And it was all on video. Wait until you hear what happened next. The fallout was swift. The chain of command moved fast. Within 20 minutes, Police Chief Raymond Foster called personally. The mayor's office was told. The city attorney's office was told. Internal Affairs sent a commander to City Hall right away. They saved the bodycam footage. They took statements from every witness on the spot. Then they looked at what Mullins claimed versus what actually happened. Mullins said he got a real call about a suspicious person. The truth was different. The 911 call gave no real description, just race and gender. No suspicious behavior was mentioned, nothing specific at all. Mullins said he followed standard procedure. That was not true. He skipped building security. He did not work with City Hall staff. He did not try to check her identity through simple means before stopping her. Mullins said he did not know who she was, but her name was on the door right behind her. A staffer told him who she was. She told him herself. Then they pulled up the 911 recording. The anonymous caller said only this: "A black woman who doesn't look like she belongs." Mullins never questioned if the call made sense. Internal Affairs pulled his complaint history. They saw the same pattern over and over. Black residents stopped for no good reason. Within 2 hours, Mullins was placed on leave. He had to give up his badge. He had to give up his weapon. He was told not to talk about what happened. Councilwoman Carter stayed calm through it all. After giving her statement, she went to her budget meeting. He told her staff, "We'll handle this the right way." Chief Foster put out a statement that day. He said he was deeply concerned. He promised a full investigation. But the consequences were just beginning, because someone in that hallway had already uploaded the video. If you want to see more stories about accountability, hit subscribe right now. Here is how fast the video spread. By 11:00 a.m., the first cell phone video hit Twitter. By 12:30 p.m., it had 50,000 views. Local reporters started reaching out. By 3:00 p.m., it was trending in the region. News stations picked it up. By 6:00 p.m., national outlets were running the story. 2 million views across platforms. By midnight, international news covered it. 8 million views. The hashtag Justice for Denise was trending everywhere. In 3 days, the videos had 15 million combined views, over 200,000 shares. CNN covered it. MSNBC covered it. Fox News covered it. The BBC covered it. People had a lot to say. One comment said, "She literally chairs the committee that oversees him. You can't make this up." Another said, "Her name was on the door." Someone else wrote, "This is what we've been saying. It happens to everyone, even elected officials." The most common comment was this: "Imagine what happens when there's no camera and no title." The department released the full bodycam footage within 48 hours. They had no choice. The public demanded it, and the footage made things even worse for Mullins. His police union put out a statement. They asked for due process. The public reaction was not kind. Then something else happened. 3 people Mullins had stopped in the past came forward. They contacted the media. They contacted lawyers. Within 1 week, Officer Derek Mullins became the face of everything wrong with policing in America. Share this video if you think more people need to see it. Comment below what you think should happen to officers like this. Now let me tell you what happened to Officer Mullins. He was fired within 30 days. Chief Foster said he showed a pattern of discrimination. He broke department policy. He broke public trust. The police union tried to fight it. They filed a complaint. An outside judge reviewed the case. The judge said the firing should stand. The evidence of racial profiling was overwhelming. But that was just the start. Councilwoman Carter filed a federal lawsuit. It was a civil rights case. She named Mullins. She named the department. She named the city. The lawsuit said he detained her illegally. It said he discriminated based on race. It said he violated her rights under the Constitution. It said the department failed to train him and failed to watch him. During the lawsuit, they found emails. Department leaders knew about Mullins. They called it the Mullins problem in internal messages. They did nothing about it. The city agreed to settle. The amount was $20 million. It was the largest settlement for police misconduct in the city's history. Here is how the money broke down. $8 million went to Councilwoman Carter. She donated most of it to civil rights groups. $5 million created a police accountability fund. $4 million went to department reforms. $3 million covered legal costs. Mullins faced more consequences. He lost his license to be a cop. He can never work in law enforcement again, anywhere, in any state. A judgment was entered against him personally. The department had to make changes too. New bias training, better tracking of complaints, more civilian oversight, updated bodycam rules. The anonymous caller was never found, but investigators think it may have been planned with Mullins. The case is still open. Carter made a statement about the settlement. This was never about money. This was about accountability and change. But she was not done talking. 1 week after the incident, Councilwoman Carter held a press conference at City Hall. She stood at the podium, cameras flashed, reporters waited. "I've spent my career fighting for accountability," she said. "I never thought I would become a case study." She paused. "I had my name on a door. I had witnesses who knew me. I had cameras recording. I had money to fight back. Most people don't have any of that." Her voice was steady but firm. "If this can happen to me in my own building, imagine what happens to people without titles, without witnesses, without cameras. That's who I'm fighting for." She spoke to police officers too. "The good officers I work with every day are just as angry about this. They know officers like Mullins make their jobs harder and more dangerous." She listed what she wanted: policy changes at the state level, required bias training, better accountability, an end to laws that protect bad cops from being sued. She thanked her staff, she thanked the witnesses, she thanked everyone who recorded. Then she gave her final statement. "I will not let this moment pass without change. That's not who I am. That's not who we should be." The cameras kept rolling. This case showed a bigger problem. Black Americans are stopped by police 2.5 times more often than white Americans. Only 1% of misconduct complaints lead to punishment. Most police departments have no required bias training. Officers with past complaints are more likely to get future complaints. The pattern repeats. This case was different because Carter had power. She had resources. She had attention. Most victims have none of that. That is the problem. So let me ask you, should officers with repeated complaints be allowed to stay on the force until something this visible happens? Should taxpayers keep paying millions while officers face no personal cost? Should it take being a councilwoman to get justice, or should everyone have a fair chance? Because if we don't fix systems that protected Derek Mullins for 8 years, if we don't address ignored complaints and dismissed concerns, then we're just waiting for the next bad officer, the next victim, the next headline, the next settlement that changes nothing. Comment below if you believe officers should be held accountable. Tell me what you think should change. If you think stories like this matter, hit that subscribe button. We're going to keep investigating these cases. We're going to keep exposing patterns. We're going to keep pushing for accountability, for transparency, for justice. This isn't just about one officer or one councilwoman. It's about a system that failed for years. And it's about all of us who have the power to demand better.